Alright, what's up, guys? Happy Thursday evening, or whatever time it is you are. We'll give it a minute to get rolling. You know how it is. So if you're here live, thank you and welcome. If you're here afterwards, feel free to skip ahead a little bit. What's up, Dustin? Good to see you, buddy. Glad you're here. Hope you're having a good day. I didn't sell anything today. Would have liked to have sold something today, but no such luck. It is what it is. One of these days I'll be selling stuff every day. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here. I have 4 complete bikes and 1 in pieces. Eric. Well, I have almost 4 complete bikes. The GT is missing pedals and a seat, but is otherwise complete. I need more bikes to flip. There's bikes that are ready to roll. But I'm working on that. No, I'm still trying to figure out what to do about that. I can't really take it anywhere because I can't ride it anywhere or carry it anywhere, and the thing's dragging on the back tire. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Still, I might have to get a ride somewhere to where they can remove that safely. And then that'd be a really good bike. I mean, that's otherwise, pretty much ready to roll. I've done a lot of work to it. I just need to get that stupid rack thing removed safely. Maybe so, Eric. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it. Going out and hunting for these bikes, and then doing whatever little things they need to make them rideable is really satisfying. I'm absolutely enjoying it. I just need to increase the scale a little bit. I need to buy and sell more bikes, and then it's all good. But it's too close to the frame, Dustin. That's the problem. Somebody's going to have to pry it off of there without damaging the frame. Cutting it is probably going to wind up cutting the frame too. So I don't know who would have done that to it. It's just a horrible thing to do to any bike, especially a really rare, interesting, valuable one. But I don't know. Hopefully I can still get that straightened out. I mean, it would be a terrible waste of a really cool bike if we can't get rid of that rack that's on there. But anyway, thanks to everybody who's here, everybody who's able to pop in and hang out for a while. Shout out to everybody who came along for the ride last night. It was a really fun ride last night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Still thinking about doing the Chaos ride, and it should be a nice enough night for it tomorrow, but I really need to focus on buying and selling bikes. But if I'm not doing any of that at the time, I don't know. I guess we'll probably still go do the ride. There's a guy that wants to trade me for my other Cannondale, like not the one that I just bought that I ride, but my other Cannondale mountain bike that's taken apart. And he's been, mentioning all these things that he might want to trade for it. And I was like, yeah, this one thing or this other thing. And then he's like, well, I got this too. I was like, well, I want, like either of these two things that you mentioned. And now he's like trying to, like, he shouldn't have offered that stuff if he didn't want to trade it. Now he's trying to give me stuff that I don't want. So I don't know. I thought I was going to be able to make something out of that, but I guess that's not happening. Yeah, well, that's probably what happened, but they weren't thinking about it. It took all the value away from the bike. The bike I paid $65 for a 1993 GT Karakoram that was complete in the color blacklight, but it'll never be worth more than that if I can't get that stupid rack off of the frame. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, well, there's a lot of really loud music in the Wednesday ride, definitely. There's no getting around that. It's just to be expected. But it's way louder in person. Like, at least you don't have to be right next to it. Steve-O knows. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Steve-O knows how loud the music is during the ride. You guys that are seeing it in the stream can probably tell that it's pretty loud, but when you're right next to it, it's really loud. Oh, what's up, Steve-O? It's good to see you. But it's always fun to do a Wednesday ride, and I appreciate you guys for coming along and doing what you do. Yeah, you have to kind of be there and experience it. Like, it's like concert loud. It's early enough at night, Dustin. I mean, it is Las Vegas after all, and we're not out. The Wednesday ride doesn't go very late. So, I mean, if we were rolling around like that at 1 o'clock in the morning and they were playing that stuff that loud, then yeah, the cops would probably have something to say about it. But, at 8 o'clock at night, it's not really a big deal. Especially downtown. There's always a lot of noise downtown anyway. But, I mean, it'll hurt your ears if you're right next to it. Those things are loud. Nice. Well, looking forward to being in the ride with you, Steve-O. We'll make sure Mike doesn't break his arm this time. I'm not sure if we'll ever be able to wrestle him out for another bike ride. But if you'll recall, guys, the last time Steve-O was here doing a ride was the night that Mike broke his arm. So we'll hope for everybody's sake that it goes much more smoothly when you're here next time, Steve-O. Yeah, I don't know if we'll have to see if we can get Mike to pedal the whole way though. You know, but he should be on a bike. Yeah, the scooter in the dark with all the road construction around here and the little tires. You fall in a rut, you're going down, and that's exactly what happened to Mike. But he would have probably been okay on a bike. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, people crash on bikes too during the rides, but hopefully not. You always hope nobody ever crashes. There were a couple last night, I guess. 2 or 3 that I can recall. Nothing major. Except for, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Omar's brother. Uh, we went by and he had a bent rim somehow. He looked okay. The rest of his bike looked okay, but his back rim was bent. And I can't imagine how that happened. Just randomly in the middle of the road is what it looked like. I don't know. But, you know, I hope he didn't get hurt or anything, and I hope he can get his bike fixed. And you hate to see that too, you know, like bicycle casualties. So, I don't know. Speaking of bike casualties, I need to get tires for the bike that I'm riding now all the time, the Cannondale. They were originally decent tires and they have good tread on them and stuff, but they're old and they're starting to kind of, you know, come apart. So I got to start thinking about getting some tires for that thing pretty soon. But there was something stuck to it earlier, and I went and pulled it out. It cut my finger. I don't know. It was like a shard of metal or something sticking out of the tire, and it didn't pop the tire, but it did poke a hole in my finger, and I haven't had a tetanus shot in probably 30 years. But I don't know. We'll just hope for the best. But that could have been a lot worse. There's this chunk of sharp metal sticking out of the bike tire, and I thought it was just like I don't know, like a pebble or something. So I grabbed it with my finger, and it poked me. It poked a hole in me. Um, and it could have poked a hole in the tire, and that would have been a catastrophe. And it didn't. And you know, I'll bleed for a couple minutes if it means I don't have to fix a bike tire. But I'm gonna have to get new tires for that thing pretty soon. But it took one for the team. The back tire, it refused to pop when it picked up a sharp metal object. Yeah, I guess bowling shoes kind of have a life expectancy, you know, even though you're typically only using them for bowling, they're still going to wear out eventually, I guess. Except for it seems like the rental shoes that you get when you go bowling, it seems like those last for 100 years. I swear I've rented bowling shoes that must have been at least 50 years old, and they're still holding together somehow. Wonder how many thousands of feet have been in those rental bowling shoes over the years. Anyway, it's kind of quiet in here tonight, guys. What's going on? Anything Anything interesting happened today? What's up, JPL Rides? Good to see you, buddy. Glad you're here. Yeah, I know they like spray them with Lysol and stuff, but still, that's kind of funky when you think about it. Oh, well, glad you've been involved in some group rides. That's good. I'm trying to participate in more group rides. I need to buy more bikes and sell more bikes, and then I can spend the rest of the time going on group bike rides. You know, there's group bike rides here in Las Vegas at least 6 days a week. 6 days out of the week, there are bike rides that I could participate in. And on certain days, there are more than one ride. So I wish I had time. I wish I had the time and the means to participate in every single bike ride that happens here in Las Vegas. I probably would. Oh, wow. It's awesome that you're finding all these cool bikes in the trash. I'm not so fortunate here. I've been finding some pretty good deals on some pretty interesting bikes, but nothing in the trash that wasn't really trash around here anyway. If you put it near the trash and it looks like it might be worth $5, some crackhead will run off with it in 10 seconds around here. A mid-drive 1,000 watt 52 volt, that's gonna be a beast. I rode somebody's mid-drive that was like a no, maybe more than that. No, it might have been a 250 watt mid-drive, and it was still pretty strong, like more than I would have expected. So a 52 volt 1,000 watt on a Cannondale has got to be nuts. I mean, you might be able to smoke Surons on that thing, or at least keep up with packs of Surons. Cannondales are really quite good, Dustin. I have two of them in this tiny apartment right now, both green from the 1990s. And the one that I got most recently, uh, it's just a great all around bike. It's like if you're gonna have like one bike that does everything, for me that's it. Like it's fast enough and smooth enough for long rides, but it's comfortable to ride for a long time. What's up, Danny? How you doing? We're just chilling. 2009 was the last year that most Cannondales stopped being built in the United States too. Like most 2009 Cannondales, I think were still USA made, which makes them special. Like the CAD series road bikes, like a Cannondale CAD 9, which I guess was the current bike in 2009, those are more valuable than the rest of them because it's the last USA made frame. There's one of them in Henderson that I want to go buy so bad. It's a 58 centimeter 2009 Cannondale CAD 9 in nice condition for 250, and I just can't put the money together. But it's such a wonderful bike. Cannondales are really awesome, Dustin. If you get a chance to ride one, definitely. Yeah. And yeah, the motor that JPL Ride's got, Dustin, is pretty good. I like the hybrid bike too. I was trying to adjust the handlebars on there today. I think the bolts on the stem are, well, I don't think they've been moved in 27 years. So I'm not getting them loose with a little Allen wrench. But, I mean, they're fine enough like they are. I just wanted to adjust them a little bit. But, I mean, hybrid bikes are known as being slow bikes typically. But this thing is almost as fast as a road bike, almost as smooth and fast as a road bike, but as comfortable to ride as a cruiser hybrid bike. That would be awesome, converting a Stingray, especially one of the newer ones, I think, with the fat back tire, if you know what I'm talking about. But an old one would be cool too, but I was thinking of doing that with a newer one. There's a couple of guys that ride them in the group rides here. I saw one for sale recently for 60 bucks. I was like, oh, I'm going to see if it's still there at the end of the day, and I'll go get it. And it wasn't. Somebody got it. Well, thanks for popping in, Danny. It's good to see you always, and hope you enjoy your evening, your leg medicine, the music. I listed the Scott bike for sale again with like a more accurate description and a picture of the crack. That's what the thumbnail is tonight, guys. If you look closely, you can see the crack in the headset, the head tube on the Scott road bike right there. It's otherwise a very wonderful, beautiful bike. But, you know, the the frame is eventually going in the trash. But the rest of the bike is amazing. So hopefully somebody will buy it. Yeah, some hybrid bikes are pretty fast, Dustin. I know. The first one I got was definitely not. That was definitely a slow bike. But this Cannondale is pretty fast. Hey, Paula. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Does everybody remember that tomorrow is Paula's birthday? So I do hope that everyone wishes Paula a happy birthday. Paula, happy night before your birthday. And thanks for being with us. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's why I'm not too worried about winding up with the Scott, Dustin. Except I needed, when I spend that kind of money on a bike, I need to be able to sell it quickly. You know? So I can't afford to get stuck with any bikes that I have a lot of money in right now. But yeah, glad you're here, Paula. And everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time. It's always great. I always enjoy getting together with you guys for a little while, just having a talk about whatever. staring at some laser patterns, just kind of getting away from the rest of the world, just kind of doing our thing for a little while. I don't know. I really benefit from this, and I really appreciate you guys for it. Thank you so much. There does always seem to be JPL rides. A lot of good people here in this group, and I appreciate each and every one of you. What do I have to eat? I had a donut today, a chocolate iced donut, and I was so excited about it. Somebody's like, "Here, you want a donut?" I was like, "Yeah." I got a donut and I carried it all the way back. I took one bite and it fell on the floor on like the frosted side. And so there's like no 5 second rule. I took a bite and it fell out of my hand and landed icing side down on the floor. And that was the end of the donut, and it was very disappointing. Now I wish I had a donut. It was a really good donut too. I took that bite. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a good donut." Oh no! Staring at the donut on the floor. I should have taken a picture of the donut upside down on the floor with one bite taken out of it and made that the thumbnail for today. That sounds good too, Dustin. Yeah, I don't think I'd buy a new one either, though. And hey, Laney Grace is here. I mean, carbon bikes are good if you really want to go super fast and have an ultralight bike and you know that the frame is going to wear out and you're going to have to throw it away after a while. I mean, if you can live with all that, then I don't know, maybe get a carbon bike. Well, I'm glad you're here, Laney Grace, and thank you. And I think it helps to get the group together and just talk and be and let the noise of the world just kind of quiet down a little bit. And there's a lot of noise these days. Can you get deep fried ice cream? I know you can get like milkshakes with lard in them or something. Um, I don't know. Like basically everything at the Heart Attack Grill is designed to kill you. But I don't know. We're still gonna have to go eat there one day, but you have to have cash. They only accept cash. It's pretty expensive, I guess. But it sounds good. I'd like some greasy hamburgers and milkshakes with lard in them or whatever. Uh, it's worth trying anyway, I'd think. But I don't know if you can get deep fried ice cream. I have had deep fried ice cream somewhere. I've had deep fried lots of stuff. A friend of mine and his dad used to have a concession trailer, though they probably still do. And they'll go to fairs and carnivals and stuff and sell deep fried Twinkies and Oreos and stuff like that. And they make a lot of money. They go for just, the few days or whatever that the fair or the carnival's open and, end up with thousands of dollars. And people love deep fried stuff, I guess. I know I do. That'd be kind of like a dream job for me too, having a little concession trailer at the fair that sold deep fried Twinkies and Oreos and other stuff, Snickers bars. They had Snickers bars too, deep fried Snickers bars. Oh, yes, sir. I could I could go for one of those right now. Oh yeah, titanium's way better for sure. Dustin, metals are better. You know, aluminum and steel and stuff like the Reynolds steel bikes in desert climate like Las Vegas, and aluminum and stuff like that. Those frames are gonna last longer than any of us, but the carbon frames just dry out and crack, and it's a shame. Yep, the land, the land of the deep fry, for sure. I mean, if you can eat it, somebody's tried to deep fry it. So, yeah, I would agree. JPL rides. I'd buy a titanium bike if I found one. I had BMX bikes, a couple of BMX bikes that were titanium. Titan bikes. I had a couple of used frames over the years. But yeah, I would agree that steel's probably the best frame material for e-bikes. Thank you, Paula. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a fun ride last night. And we went and got tacos afterwards. Thanks to everybody who chipped in on the taco fund. Um, that was a nice thing to do after the ride, but fun ride last night, and shout out to all of you that came along. What am I gonna eat? I had my can of SpaghettiOs a little while ago, so I guess dinner's out of the way. I need a snack or something. Would have been nice to have that donut. I wonder if there's somewhere else I can go close by. I could go get a 7-Eleven donut, but I really don't want to. I am tired, Dustin. I actually slept pretty well last night. Yeah, I could go to 7-Eleven. Yeah, I'll probably wind up having some nuts too. But I was enjoying my favorite kind of nut, the donut, and it fell on the floor. And it sucked. Oh yeah, I got a notification about that, the free Slurpee thing. Well, no, I guess. Some of them, like the glazed ones, I think, when they're fresh, like when they just get there off the truck, the glazed ones, I think, are really good. A couple of the other 7-Eleven donuts that I've had are pretty good, but sometimes You know, when you go in and get a 7-Eleven donut, it's like the same ones from yesterday or something, depending on the 7-Eleven. I don't know. So if you get them fresh, I think they're all right. I think they're pretty decent donuts, but some of them kind of suck. Yeah, I remember getting some good donuts in LA. I used to love going to Winchell's in the middle of the night and getting fresh donuts. There's a Winchell's here down the street, actually. I always loved Winchell's being from LA. I know there are a lot of other donut places there. There are a lot of good donut places here too. Yeah, Lou. Nothing like fresh donuts. I remember when Krispy Kreme, well, I guess they still do. They'll put the hot donuts sign on, and you can go get hot Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, I don't know where the closest Krispy Kreme is here. Like the actual Krispy Kreme store. There's one in Henderson, like towards Anthem by where I used to live, where I'd go every once in a while. But there's a Pink Box over there too. Yeah. Yeah, no, I used to eat a lot of those donut places too. There's one that's famous called the Donut Inn in Burbank. And it like the boxes appeared in a lot of TV shows and movies and stuff. And they used to have like really big donuts in there that you could get, and they were really good. But they had like regular donuts too that were super good. Pink Box is really expensive, definitely. Pink Box is definitely too expensive. They do have some very good donuts though. They have that like croissant donut thing that has the Nutella in it. Oh, those are good. I had one of those the other day. But they are too expensive. I saw something about that too, JPL rides, and I remember going to a lot of those donut shops over the years. I do love a good donut. Donut King? That sounds interesting. I'd like to see that. And I've probably been to a lot of those donut shops. I'm checking notifications. It says it's 66 degrees in Las Vegas right now. I was thinking about going out for a bike ride earlier. I might still. Yeah, Krispy Kreme. I do love a good Krispy Kreme donut. I can eat a whole bunch of those. Um, those are getting kind of expensive, but they're still good. I like them fresh though, just the regular glazed ones. I like all the other kind, but just the glazed ones when they're fresh and hot, oh, and they just melt in your mouth. That's uh, that's one of the great joys in life, I think, is eating a hot Krispy Kreme donut. My mom introduced me to that when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and we were in Florida. My dad was working on something, and we had to drive all the way across town. She's like, "Trust me, we got to do this." They put on a sign and they have hot donuts, and it's the best thing in the world, and you're gonna thank me afterwards. And yep, she was right. No, those are good donuts too, I think, Dustin. Apple fritters are hit or miss for me. Um, some apple fritters are really good. Like Winchell's apple fritters, I think, are really good, but some of them really suck too. Like 7-Eleven apple fritters. Like, don't get a 7-Eleven one. I don't like them anyway. You know, I don't know how you feel about them, but man, I do enjoy a good donut. And I took one bite out of a good donut today, and it fell on the ground afterwards, and that was the end of the donut. And I still feel stupid about that. And it's just a terrible, terrible waste of a otherwise wonderful donut. I haven't been to Randy's, and I couldn't tell you how long, but I've been to Randy's. I do enjoy Randy's donuts. They sold Randy's donuts at White Castle here for a while. They're bringing Randy's donuts in every day. I think there's a Randy's in Las Vegas actually now. Mm. I'd still love to eat at Tim Hortons though, Dustin. I heard something on the news a couple of years ago, probably 2 or 3 years ago, that they were bringing a Randy's Donuts here. And then they were selling them at White Castle for a while, but I don't know. I could go for a Randy's donut. Yeah, Randy's was exclusively that iconic location with the big donut for a while. There used to be only one Randy's as far as I know, but I think they branched out. I like Dunkin' Donuts. I don't dislike Dunkin' Donuts, but I prefer kind of the, like JPL Rides is talking about, the mom and pops. I think Winchell's is better than uh, Dunkin' Donuts, but I'll still eat Dunkin' Donuts for sure. Oh, you found it? Las Vegas E-Rides. Yeah, I knew they said something about it. $20 for a coffee mug. Yeah, that sounds about right. There was something on the news about it. I knew they opened a Randy's here. We might have to go there someday. But yeah, expensive coffee mugs, that's how they get you. Well, a lot of people want to come and get a souvenir, so they'll ding you extra hard. Yeah. No, I haven't been over to that side of town in a while anyway. I wanted to go west on that thing the other day, but I wound up fixing the Cannondale all up instead, which I'm glad I did because that thing works really good now. But it'd be fun to go take a ride and get some donuts. Anybody wants to come, let me know. Yeah, I haven't had Randy's in a while, but I have had Randy's from the iconic Randy's. All right. There's like we could. There's a lot of good donut places to check out here. We could do like the tour of donut shops. Go get a donut at all the good donut places or something on the way to Randy's. Cause from downtown, you're staying downtown, aren't you? JPL rides, and that's where I am right now. So I guess that Randy's would be a fair distance, but there are a lot of other donut places along the way. Yeah, well, come with us, Las Vegas E rides. That's one thing I've always loved about Vegas. That's one thing I loved about LA too, though. LA is a great food town, but so is Vegas. I was thinking about the buffet today myself, JPL rides. There's only one buffet downtown, but it is good. I like it. Yeah, JPL rides is going to be here for Eastgate Con. A lot of locals are, excited about Eastgate Con this year, and a lot of people from all over the world, I guess, are coming here for Eastgate Con. And we went and checked out some of the races last year, guys. Remember? We did a live stream, and it was awesome. They were flying on those things. And then there's a bunch of Eastgate riders doing group rides around Vegas. We saw them on a Wednesday when there's a group of them doing their own ride. Huh. That's about sums it up, I guess. JPL rides, and yeah, you should. Las Vegas E rides. It's a good event here in town. It draws a crowd, and it's cool to have e-skaters all over town for a few days. So that's coming up pretty soon. And I guess it's about a month now until Brandon Slow 49 embarks on his ride. He might be here around. Well, I don't know if he'll still be here around. I don't know if he'll be here yet by the time of Eastgate Con. I don't know. I know he's planning on coming through here originally. So yeah, but we'll see how much bigger it is this year. I mean, it was big last year. Eastgate Con was a big deal in Vegas, and I'm expecting it's just going to be quite a bit bigger this year. More people coming, more stuff going on. So I'm excited about it, and it's the best time of year for it, really. Best time to be out riding. Looks like we're going to get some cooler weather again. It's not going to stay springtime around here like everybody thought it was going to. We've had some beautiful weather, 70s. It was 82 degrees a couple of days ago. And we got a couple more days, like 2 or 3 more days in the 70s. And then it's going to cool off a little bit. Yeah, by the end of March, weather should be getting really good, and by Eastgate Con, it should be very pleasant to be outside, even at nighttime. Like, it's still getting cold at night. Like, by the end of the ride last night, by the time we got home after tacos last night, it was cold. But when we started the ride, it was beautiful, like warm outside almost. But it's still, it is still February for another couple of days. Um, but it's gonna, spring doesn't last very long in Las Vegas, and then it's hot. It's gonna be really, really hot for a really long time. I hope it's not too bad this summer. 80 in LA, wow. Rain next week in the 50s. Yeah, we're going to be down around 60, I guess, for a high temperature for a couple of days. Lows back in like low to mid 40s overnight, which I'm pretty much over. That's not too cold, but I'm pretty much over it. You want to post a link to that Las Vegas E-Rides? I should have, copied that or gotten the exact link from you taking a picture or something. If you want to post a link, guys, and you can check this out. Anybody who's looking to ride in Las Vegas. Yeah, San Diego would be an awesome place to ride, I'm sure. But yeah, get the link in there if you want to, and everybody join up. Las Vegas E-Rides is, it's got this group of, personal electric vehicle riders here in the area. Was it 16 or so people in so far? And, just getting people together that like to ride and enjoy being out and having a good time. So I don't have the link, but hopefully we can get it posted here. I suppose I do too. I don't know. I'm tempted to go out early in the morning, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be cold in the morning, but it's like as soon as the sun comes up, like the last few days that we've had, it starts to warm up pretty quickly. So I was thinking about going out early, taking a bike ride, but then I might do the Chaos ride tomorrow night too. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to go. I don't know, use myself up in the morning. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not getting any notifications about things I have for sale. And that's disappointing. I need to get a couple more bikes. I only have a couple of complete bikes listed right now. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I don't know how to find it. I should have taken a picture or gotten the link or something from you. If you want to post the link, though. I'll go to your page if there's a link or something after this. I'll try and find it. But if you have a link that you can post in the chat. Uh-oh, Lakers game. Yeah, no, that'll happen. I've been there and done that. I really need a donut. I really needed the donut that I had and and accidentally ruined. Such is life. Sometimes you're taking a bite out of a donut. Other times you're looking at it on the floor, wishing you hadn't just dropped it on the floor. What else do I have to eat? I gotta be careful. I'm not gonna be able to get groceries for like another day or so, so I gotta make do with whatever I've got for a little while. Unless somebody comes to buy something tomorrow, which would be great. We'll see. Oh, tip off at 7:30. Wow. I would have figured it's at least 7:30 by now, but it's only almost 7. Yeah, I certainly have. I wasn't planning on buying anything anyway, because I just can't really right now. But I'm interested to see the effect that it has, how many people actually participate. But aside from going and getting a cup of coffee at 7-Eleven in the morning, I don't suppose I'll be participating in any other form of consumerism. Although I do need to buy tires. I desperately need to buy tires for this new Cannondale. But I'm gonna have to put that off for a few days at least. Anyway. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens after tomorrow, what kind of effect it all has. I was gonna I thought I had money actually in one account, and I was gonna buy tires. I was gonna buy a set of Continental Ultra Sport 3s for the Cannondale. They're fast tires. Like much faster tires than the bike would normally come with, but the right size. Lower rolling resistance, be able to ride the bike a lot longer. And a 2-pack was on sale for like 40 something dollars. And then my payment didn't go through because something else came out of the bank. And then I looked and they're out of stock on Amazon now. Anyway, and that sucks. Oh wow, that's cool, JPL rides. I like those. I was trying to maybe have some involvement in getting something like that going around here. Did you get all that, guys? Check it out, like this group, Las Vegas E-Rides. Let's get more people riding together in Vegas. I'll try to get my whole crew involved, everybody that you see in the live streams and stuff, Las Vegas E-Rides. And you can come with us anytime that weren't doing anything. We got to get you in the group text. Rod's in control of that, and he wasn't there last night. But when Rod is back, we'll get you in the group text so you know whenever they're doing something, and then like we could get the groups together and organize rides and stuff, and a lot of really good things could happen here. Certainly, we all need to be spending more time out riding together, though. That's for sure. But thanks for doing what you do. Just encouraging all the good things, all the getting together and riding. Yeah, sometimes if there's a lot of people out there like that, there was a ton of people in the ride last night, Eric, and sorry, it's hard sometimes to get through, and there's a lot of times when we're just going 2 miles an hour and everything's just so congested. Um, but it's good too, when there's that many people out enjoying riding together. That's a really good thing, in my opinion. Everybody just enjoying the same thing, all these different types of people from everywhere, different jobs, different lives, different whatever, but we're all getting together and riding bikes, riding whatever, e-bikes, bikes, scooters, roller skates, skateboards, one wheels, whatever. Yeah, just the riding community in general. You're right, JPL rides. It's a good thing. There needs to be more of it. Anything that I can do to encourage people getting together and enjoying being outside and having a nice time. Um, you know. So, but yeah, I'd like to see more e-rides. I'd like to be able to tag along. I'm getting to where I think I can keep up with most e-rides pedaling. I can do the distance, and you know, I can catch them at traffic lights. I don't know. Oh, hey, Stevo. Thank you. Stevo posted the link. Thank you for figuring that out and taking care of it. Very much appreciated. And you should join the group, Stevo, and everybody. Because I know a lot of you will make it through town, those of you that don't live here. So I can't click on it right now, Steve-O, but thanks for doing that anyway. Should be good. I appreciate you going through all that. Oh man, I gotta find some good, fast, low rolling resistance tires that aren't terribly expensive for that Cannondale. Like 700 by 32s or 700 by 30s. It's got 700 by 32s on it right now. It came with 700 by 38s. I could get down to probably 700 by 28s if I really wanted to. But I just want to get the lowest possible rolling resistance tires. But a set of, what is it, Grand Prix Continentals is like 150 bucks. It's like, damn, these are little skinny bike tires. Why do they have to be so expensive? 700 by 35s, that's a pretty good size, really. I mean, that's like a good all-around size. Continental tires are awesome. This bike has Continentals on it. I was thinking about getting gator skins maybe, but even a set of gator skins, 700 by 32 is like 110 bucks. Continental gator skins. I don't remember tires being so expensive, but when you're trying to put the miles on a bike, when you're trying to go the distance, tires are often like the biggest factor. You can't mess around when it comes to tires if you want to get every last mile out of your bike. So I gotta find like a happy medium. I gotta find decent tires, like good enough tires that are fast and smooth but don't break the bank. Wow, that's pretty good. If you can find a good set of used tires, like good tires for cheap, for anywhere near 30 bucks, that's really good. I mean, one cheap new tire, like one cheap new tire that you probably wouldn't want to put on your bike, costs 30 bucks. I'd love to put a $150 set of tires on this Cannondale, Continental Grand Prix, but that's that's just not going to happen. It's probably going to have to wait for the 700 by 32 Ultra Sport 3s to come back in stock. I think a set of those would be like, it's about 60 bucks, which is, pretty cheap considering they're pretty good tires. Those are the tires that are on this thing right now, the Scott Continental Ultra Sports. I tell you, when you're pedaling though, tires and tire pressure make all the difference. Man, I'm tired. I'm really still sleepy. I slept pretty well last night. I rode the Cannondale at least 20 some odd miles total yesterday and was able to get comfortable at night. Like the rib wasn't bothering me that bad, so I actually slept pretty well, but I'm still tired. I don't know. I gotta find a set of tires. I gotta sell this bike. I gotta sell the other bike too, the really rare mountain bike, the Performance M204. That's listed for sale too. That thing's got big chunky knobby tires on it, and although that's a pretty lightweight fast bike for a 90s mountain bike, it's still like way slow compared to this thing. That's the difference in tires for you. But I love that Performance M204, and it's the right size, and I'll probably never see another one, but it's like I just can't keep all of these bikes. I have to keep turning them over and keep the money coming in. But anyway, hey Joe, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see that you made it. Glad to have you with us. Guess we'll keep it going a few more minutes. I've seen a bunch of those on the market right now. JPL rides. A lot of, the Dave Scott Ironman bikes. They did make a lot of them, and most of them are still, they were really good bikes, so most of them are still intact. But, eventually somebody's going to want that. I wish I had one. I tried to make a deal on a couple of Centurion bikes, and it just wasn't happening, I guess. They're awesome. There's a Cannondale road bike that I really want to buy that's for sale right now around here for $250. It's a 58 centimeter. It's a 2009 Cannondale CAD 9, the last year of the American-made bikes, and it's in really nice condition. And that's kind of like my attainable dream bike, I guess you could say. There was another one that I wanted to buy a couple of months ago that was really nice, but it was gone before I was able to get it. I don't know how many more of those we're going to see. That's a very significant bike, though, because of the, it being the last year that they were handmade in the United States. But I hope you find a buyer for that Centurion. I mean, that's a really awesome bike. Yeah, well, glad you made it, Joe. We'll keep it going for a few more minutes. I love spending the time with you guys. I sure appreciate you being here. I gotta get something else to eat, though. The SpaghettiOs are wearing off, and I only got to take one bite of that donut. In 7.5 days? That doesn't even seem possible, especially in 1982 with the bicycle technology of that era. I mean, that's incredible. I guess it happened, but I can't imagine that. That's just an incredible amount of pedaling in that amount of time. That's a lot of ground to cover every day. I'm sure it would take me very much longer than that. Even on like the best bike that you could get today, if I trained for 6 months, there's still no way that I could do it in that amount of time or anything close. I don't think I could do it in twice that long. Oh, 61 days, I was gonna say. I mean, hell, I've driven across this great land of ours a few times, and like the fastest I've ever driven across the States is like 3 days. But 61 days is still pretty fast, and I mean, that's still covering a lot of ground every day. I'm thinking about going 327 miles if all the stars align, and I'm trying to do it in 8 days. That's my goal. But I think it could take longer than that. We'll have to see, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully everything comes together in time. 4,000 miles is a long journey on a bicycle. Just trying to put all the pieces together, JPL Rides. I just got to flip more bikes, make more money, get the bike ready to go. I might take the Cannondale that I got. On my ride, I'll have to average at least 41 miles a day, I guess, to stay within my goal. But let's see, what's the other one? 4,000 miles in 61 days. That's a lot. That's a lot of riding in that amount of time. I'll be amazed if I can get to the Santa Monica Pier in 8 days. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. But in 1982, that's pretty incredible. I mean, bikes, high-end road bikes were pretty good in 1982, but nothing like they are now. You know, they were heavier and slower and clunkier. So to be able to do something like that long ago, it really is incredible. Ow. But my first stop, if I'm able to go the way that I want to go, I'll end up in Primm on the first night, which is 41 miles from downtown Las Vegas. Primm, Nevada, at the California state line. So it's going to get sketchy after that, though. There's going to be some camping involved and being out in the middle of nowhere. It'd be great. Like, I'm still inviting others to come along. Anyone who wants to come along and do this ride on a bicycle or e-vehicles, you know, PEVs, e-bikes, whatever. If you want to come and join me on this ride, please do. I don't think so. I think Joshua Tree, like, I don't know exactly how far it is from Vegas. I think it'd probably be at least 2 or 3 days to Joshua Tree. Well, I mean, if it's possible, I don't know. Las Vegas e-rides, anything that you have in mind. It's going to be a long ride for sure. But I would invite everybody from here, everybody that's in Vegas, should at least come with me to Primm on the first leg. You know, we'll stay a night in Primm, you know, like go out to eat or whatever, have a little fun, and then anyone who wants to continue on with me is welcome to. But everybody that's in Vegas should come with me at least as far as Primm. 185 miles to Joshua Tree. Yeah, that's like best case scenario, maybe 3 days. If I'm really flying, that'd take 3 days. But 41 miles to Primm. Just about everybody that I know with PEVs has the range for that and could charge up and, you know, still have enough to get back. Yeah, you can drive it pretty fast. I know. I haven't been to Joshua Tree in a while. I see millions of them, but I haven't been to actual Joshua Tree in a while. But yeah, I mean, you could drive from downtown Las Vegas to the Santa Monica Pier in probably like 5 hours, depending on traffic. And it's going to take me 8 days if I'm lucky. But I'd love to go. I'd love to get a ride to Joshua Tree and then ride bikes around Joshua Tree. Maybe that'll work out sometime, somehow. Or like some of us can chip in and get a van or something and throw the bikes in and drive. I want to do that in Death Valley too. I wanted to ride to Death Valley, but I don't know if that's going to work out in time. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I'd love to spend some time there on two wheels. Wow, that sounds pretty awesome though, JPL rides. I've never done Joshua Tree on two wheels myself. I think that'd be a pretty good way to experience it, really. Get out on bikes, e-bikes, scooters. Could be a whole lot of fun. I want to do some stuff around here. As soon as I can get some good tires on the bike, I want to go to like Red Rock. I'm thinking about camping at Red Rock. I thought about riding to Red Rock, doing the loop, the scenic loop, and then riding back. But it'd be fun to stay a night there at the campground, like ride on the Cannondale, I guess, load it down with all the stuff, camping gear. Um, do an overnighter. And either like the day I get there, do the scenic loop at Red Rock Canyon, or, the next morning, wake up, pack up all the camping stuff, do the scenic loop, and then come back. I don't know. We'll see. Fuji racing bikes, I love them. I wish I had one, Laney Grace. I know you have Fuji bikes. I wish I did. I like them a lot. I think they're very good. Well, thanks for hanging out, Las Vegas e-bikes, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Jump into the chat anytime. Everybody go check out the e-bike group. But yeah, thanks for hanging out and hope to see you again soon. Anyway, let's see. Did I get any more notifications? Nobody wants to buy bikes today. That's disappointing. Anyway, I guess I better do a couple of things and get ready to turn in. But I sure do appreciate you guys coming and spending some time with me. I don't know what I'd do without you. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you, buddy. And everybody, thanks for hanging out. I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday. I'll try to check in with you at some point. We'll see what's going on. Maybe I do the Chaos Ride. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. But take care and be well and have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon.